What is going to happen in the year 2022? Bigger than COVID-19. Why is this time so important? God has given me the year which I am passing on to you. My name is Linda Simpson. I was born in New Zealand and I have lived here all my life. My husband Steve and I have 4 children and 5 grandchildren. I am what the Bible calls a born-again Christian. I heard the message that Jesus died for my sins, and I became a Christian that same hour. It was Easter 1980. I am not a prophet. My gifting is in evangelism. Clearly in my mind, this is a word of prophecy from God. I could spend half an hour telling you all the different ways God has revealed the number 22 to us. I won't bore you with that, but the last big sign happened on Tuesday the 8th of September 2020 New Zealand time. I will track back a bit first. It all started in 2015. Today's date is September 17th, 2020. So this has been going on for 5 years. In the year of 2015, I started seeing the number 22 2 to 3 times every day. And I knew God was speaking to me about it, so I just jotted down the years, and so in 2015 it would have been 7 years until the year 22. 2016 it would have been 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, and now we're at 2020. So we have 2 more years to go until the year 22. And I've had this pinned up on my my notice board all these years. If I'd known I was going to be putting it up on YouTube, I would have typed it out all nicely for you. But anyway, I didn't know, and that's what it is. So the year 22, we only have 2 years until that year. I am quite a visual person, and I had 7 angels, so I thought I would put my 7 angels up, and each year I would take one down to remind me that the years are getting closer to the year 22. So I've got those 3 angels there. And then I had 4 angels up here, but a couple of years ago my sister wanted one for her Christmas tree, so 1 angel has gone. And I've never got around to taking them down because I quite like looking at them. But it's only a couple more years till the year 22. Not only that, my husband has been seeing it also since about 2018. He sees it every day as well. It was on the 13th of July 2018, my grandson was over, and anyway he asked me whether I had a spare chapstick, and so I had a look through my things and I said, oh, I think this is one. It didn't have any writing on it, but it still had the plastic foil paper on it, and cellophane I think they call it. And so anyway, Oliver took the cellophane off and he goes, oh, I don't think it's a chapstick. And I said, oh, well, give it to me and I'll go and I'll have a look. So I went into the hallway where I have a mirror, and I put it on a little bit on my lip, and I thought, oh no, it's not a chapstick. I thought, oh, it must be for covering up blemishes on your face. And being a person all my life having freckles, So I tried a couple of blemishes and it didn't really cover it up very well, and I thought, oh well, I'll go for this one. This is a nice big one here. And so I get up to the mirror and put my tongue in behind like this. Well, I got the shock of my life. There was the number 2. I couldn't believe it. Anybody that knows me knows that I see 22 all the time, every day. And here I am with a 2 on my face. So anyway, I went back to Oliver and I said, Oliver, what do you see on my face? And I pointed to it and he's like, a mark? And I said, no, have a look. And he's looking and I said, look, I said, it's a number. And he goes, oh yeah, I see it, number 5. And I said, oh. And I realised that he was looking at me and he was seeing a 5, but because I was looking in the mirror, it was the reflection and it was a number 2. So anyway, I said, well, come and take a photo of it. So anyway, he took a photo and I just thought, I can't believe this. Here I am with a 2 on my face. Anyway, I sent it off to my granddaughter to see what she would say about it, and this is her response. After Oliver took a photo of the 2 on my face, which was actually a reflection in the mirror, my granddaughter sent me a text, and she sent that text on the 13th of July 2018 and says, "Hi Grandma, what are your plans for tomorrow?" And I respond, I don't know. I loaded the photo on to send it to her and I said, what do you think? No joke, this is real, I could not believe. And she replies, what? And I say, can't you see above my lip? What is on your lip? What is it? No, above my lip. Look, what do you think? Cancer? Birthmark? Freckle? No, I say. Grandma, you tell me. LOL. Birthmark. And I respond, 2. Birthmark with the question mark. Look again. Bruise. Pimple. A tattoo. And I send a whole bunch of 2s and she says 2 and I say 2. That's actually so weird. When, how, what, why? Yes, I said. When did it show up? I put question mark there. Today. Oh, maybe another 2 will appear tomorrow morning. And I do a surprised looking face. And I must admit, in the morning I did look at my face to see if I had another 2 on it, but none was to be found. So here I was with this on my face, and life goes on. About August, I started thinking about our wedding anniversary. We will have been married 50 years in September 2022. And it ran through my mind that it's our 50th year jubilee. Then I had this knowing that God had planned our wedding year for this time. I don't believe in luck or coincidences. I believe in God for all things. So I believe even way back then in 1972, God had actually planned our wedding and our wedding year to correspond with the year 2022. To me, it's just another sign of something that's going to happen in the year 22. On the 8th of September 2020, at 9:45 a.m, my husband and I went for a cup of coffee, and while we were sitting at the cafe, I looked down at my hand and saw the number 2 right on my hand. Anyway, and I'm chuckling away to myself thinking, oh no, I've got a 2 here on my face, and now I have a 2 on my hand. And I thought, oh dear, I don't know what I thought. I just thought, I don't believe it. I have another 2 on me. And I had already seen the number 22 twice that morning, and this 2 would have been, if you add that 2 and that 2, that 22, would have been the 3rd time I had seen it. So by 9:45 I had seen 22 3 times. And later in the day, it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I prayed and I asked God, if this is of you, I want to see 22 3 more times by the end of the day. And then the thought just ran through my head. I thought, you're putting out a fleece. and I've been a Christian 40 years, and here I am putting out a fleece for God. But anyway, or not for God, for me. And but anyway, God's God. He showed me 22 3 more times, actually within about 2 hours of me praying that. So yes, I definitely think this is of God. And well, I've never thought that it wasn't, but anyway, for those people that are watching. And I'm sure that there are a lot of opinions out there. I believe this is prophecy, and prophecy is not an opinion. Prophecy is a word from God, and if whatever is prophesied doesn't come to pass, then it's not of God. And I'm not saying what's going to happen in the year 2022, but it is bigger than COVID-19, and unless Jesus tells me what is going to happen in the year 22 and backs it up with scripture, I'm not prepared to say what I think it is. So anyway, but about a couple of weeks after I got the 22 on my hand, one of the kids was saying, one of my children, and I said something about it, and they said, oh Mum, you just see 22 everywhere and you're looking for it, and that they couldn't see it on my hand. And I'm like, to me it looked like a neon light, but to them they said, well, I don't really see it, and yes, maybe it could be a 2, but they did not actually see it as a 2. And I said to my husband, I said, well, you can see it, can't you? And he's like, oh no, not really. And I got a bit upset, and I thought, well, am I going nuts? Am I the crazy lady? And anyway, and he said, well, show me your hand again. I'm like, well, my husband sees 22 all the time, and and here he is doubting it, and here I am waving my hand around in front of everybody. Can you see the 2? And anyway, and he said, oh no, I don't see it, and then all of a sudden he said, oh, I do see it, and I said, oh well, you said you couldn't see it, and now you're saying you can see it. And he said, no, I can see it. And anyway, so that was fine, and I didn't say anything. And then a couple of weeks after that, I'm sitting there and I looked at my hand and I couldn't believe what I saw. When I was showing people my hand for the 2, I'm looking at it. I'm my eyes here, and I'm looking straight at the two, and I can see the two. A person standing next to me is looking at my hand, and they're looking at it from a different angle. So the angle that somebody else is looking at it is, so I took a photo, so that's the two at the angle somebody else is looking at, and so I've drawn the two there so you can see where to look. So this is the same picture. So can you see the two? I don't know. Yeah, I hope you can see the two. And I am looking at this. I think that's the right way around. Let me have a look. No, now I can't even see it. There's the two there. Whoops, can you see the two? So that's what I'm looking at, straight up and down, and they're looking at it sideways. So I've got, that's quite obvious, I think. That one's not quite so obvious if you're looking at it from that way. So here it is. So this is my hand the other way around, the two. So that's what, if you look at that, so that is there. I don't know, can you see the two? I'll put online some better pictures of the two. But anyway, so this is what I'm seeing. And they're looking at the faded one, which I think's that way. And so instead of having 1 2 on my hand, I have 2 2s on my hand. So, yeah. So I've got 22 on my hand and a 2 on my face. Anyway, so I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens.